Hello there, YouTube. Quick update video on the channel. Got this guy finished up tonight, or this afternoon. Had about an hour where my daughter was napping and finished up the painting on him. He's not sealed yet. I'm going to give the washes I applied a good amount of time to dry just out of habit. A few things I would probably change on this model when I do my next one is right in here, these pipes. I used coal black. It didn't turn out quite like I would have liked it to, so I'm going to try something else for piping. If y'all have any suggestions, I'm more than willing to listen to them. As we continue on around the model, yes, these are my high dollar sunglasses that I paid $5 or $10 for at a gas station. They make great pointers. His skin came out really good. I was really pleased with that. His tusk, I thought about doing a slight wash on here, but then I'm like, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And so far I'm pretty pleased with it. There's a couple details I did not pick out just because I kind of got to that point if I was done with this model. There's a knob right here, and then there's a dial right here that I didn't do. Did his hair, did a brown ink over that, then did another slight wash over that, or another dry brush of a lighter shade of brown over it, and got the hair out pretty good, I think. His weapons, I decided not to do any gore yet. The main thing he has killed has been warjacks and a few little dwarf dudes, so I left the blood on his teeth up in here. And as he does more stuff, I'm probably gonna maybe apply some gore effect, I don't know. But I will seal him here in the next day or so, once I get a day where there is not a massive amount of smoke coming out of my neighbor's yard, because he's decided to burn all of his stumps and trees and such that got cut down over the winter. But that's pretty much the model for now. One thing I'm thinking about doing with the base is painting the defense and armor up here. I've seen a lot of people doing that for their games. The other thing I'm probably going to do is do some static grass or some sand. I know that GW has a, I can't think of the word, but they've got a paint that you paint on here that's brown, and it dries, it cracks and goes to like a mud texture. Does anybody know if you seal that, does it not work properly after that point? Does anybody use that? Do you know what I'm talking about? I'll try to find a link for it a little bit later. But got him all done up. So the next project for the channel, there will be two. Since I have the beast done, I will need to start working on the infantry. These are the brigands. I just converted him because I couldn't get his arms to go right, so I just left him like that. But I need to work on the infantry. I've got some of their flesh done. And then the other thing I will be working on over time is my other standard war beast I take in these games, is the Roadhog. That is a flamer on his left hand and a pincer claw on his right. I had to use a lot of green stuff on this guy, mainly due to gaps that really don't show up, but like right in here in this shadow, there's some good gaps back there. I managed to fill in a good chunk of them. Underneath his backpack, there's a gap right under here. I managed to fill it with green stuff effectively so that it won't really be that noticeable. The other things I saw on this model is, one, it's a great model, lots of character, really like this model. The main things I had to do is put some green stuff down here at the joint for this leg to get it to stay together, as well as the joint for the other leg right there. This guy looks like he's going to be a lot of fun to paint up, and maybe on the next one I'll do some conversions where it's different smokestacks of some shape, form, or fashion. Don't know. May try to do a little bit of a pilot light flame coming out of this thing. I'm going to talk to one of my buddies who does a lot of that sort of stuff and see what can happen. But other than that, that's going to be the main projects for the channel. Also, most of the votes came in as y'all wanted to see more minions. There's one gentleman who voted for War Machine, specifically the Cygnar faction I had suggested. Those models are not going away, but what I'm going to do is for the next 6 months, and I'm going to have y'all hold me to this, I'm going to do just minions for War Machine and Hordes games. Which means you will be seeing minion battle reports to include my Gators and my Pharaoh. They won't be coming overly frequently. You may get one a month, maybe 2 a month, depending on how often I get out to game. But when I do get out to game, Hordes and minions specifically will be getting played on my channel. And then after I do 6 months, I may decide that it's time to swap over to Cygnar and try that side of the house for a few games. Or I may fall in love with minions enough that I just go, yeah, I'm going to keep playing minions and pigs and gators and all that good stuff. The new gator theme list has come out, so lots of options there. I like the Pharaoh theme list with the ambushing commandos, because the one time I've used it, it wiped out an entire hill worth of Nis hunters, or Nis elf things. Generally very hard to hit, but when you do hit them, they die. I was very impressed by their presence. My opponent, to his chagrins, ignored them, and that's why he got so raffle stomped by them. But at any rate, that's what we're looking at right now. 6 months worth of minions. I'm probably going to be running either Strum and Drag as my Warcaster for Pharaoh or the Almighty Carver. And then for Gators, looking at Yaga Yaga or Maylock. Barnabas is a good standby, so is Rask, but I've played them a lot in Mark II. I want to see a different version. Y'all have a good one.